Hey guys, welcome back to In the Car with bass. Now we're not talking about bass, music bass, or the instrument of bass. We're talking about Meghan Trainor's new song, All About That Bass. It's becoming quite popular. It's a new hit. It's a pretty good song. I like it. And it's about bass as in booty bass, but not so much about booty. It's about how it's okay to be a little on the heftier side, and that's what guys really want. And accept yourself if you're a little bigger, and you don't have to be a Barbie. And it's got a good point, and people, I think, are connecting with that. But I was talking with my wife about this yesterday. It kind of brings up an interesting concept. If before we were saying, well, you need to be skinny. Skinny is healthy, skinny is attractive, skinny is what people want. Then we're kind of bashing on all the heftier people out there, saying you're not wanted, you're not healthy, you need to take better care of yourself. And recently there's been a shift where they're going with this pro-yourself movement, where they're kind of leaning towards the heftier women is where you want to be, and that's healthy and that's good. But it's kind of flipping the tables around, because now if we say, it's not healthy to be skinny, you need to have a little bit of meat on your bones, then aren't we kind of doing exactly the same thing we used to be doing, but now we're just bashing on all the skinny people, saying, well, now you're not healthy, and then you need to bulk up and you need to gain a little weight because what you're doing to yourself is unhealthy. So the whole point isn't, oh, you need to be this and you need to be that. The whole point is you need to accept yourself. And I think that's where she's trying to go with this song. I don't think she's trying to bash on any skinny people, even though she keeps bringing up the references of being skinny is not as good as being bassy. But I think she's trying to say it's just accept yourself. And that's the way it needs to be. You need to be okay with yourself. And if you're not okay with yourself, that's okay. You don't need to be like, oh, well, I'm extremely overweight, but that's fine. I'm okay. If you have a problem with it, that's all right, and you can have a problem, you can try and do something about it. But there's some people out there that cannot gain weight. Like me. I have been skinny my whole life, except for when I was a baby. I was a pretty chubby baby. But I've been skinny my whole life. I haven't changed much since high school, maybe 5 pounds. I can't put on weight no matter what I do. I could eat whatever I want, thankfully, knock on wood. I can eat whatever I want, I can do whatever I want. I don't have to exercise. I don't have to do anything, and I can stay skinny, because that's just the way my metabolism is. And there are women out there like that. And I'm not trying to select women, but they seem to have more self-issues than men do. Men seem to have a lot more self-acceptance. So I'm kind of basing it towards women, but I'm sure there's men out there with the same problems. But there's women out there that can't gain weight no matter what they do. They're always going to be skinny. And we can't judge them for that. They are what they are. They is what they is. And then there's also women out there that can't lose weight. They can work out and they can eat healthy and they can diet and they can get liposuction and gastric bypass, and no matter what they do, they're still overweight, according to BMI, which I think is a lot of baloney. But no matter what they do, they can't gain weight or they can't lose weight. So there's a point where that is who you are. And that's where you just need to start accepting yourself. If you're morbidly obese or unhealthily skinny, try and do something about it. Fix yourself. But there is no form, there is no mold. You don't have to fit into this perfect ideal of what being attractive is. Just accept yourself for who you are. And that's all we could really ask. Accept yourself for who you are. Well, here's some interesting facts on attractiveness while we're on the subject. Consuming arsenic used to be attractive in the Middle Ages. We now know there's a lot of health problems with that. So, don't consume arsenic anymore. Also, being a little heftier used to be attractive because it meant you could feed yourself, you were well fed, and you had money. Another sign of money and attractiveness was pale skin. If you didn't have a tan, it meant you could stay inside and you could afford to have workers work your fields. So, a pale-skinned woman was an attractive woman. They also thought a skinny-waisted woman was attractive, so they came up with the corset. And people were using corsets to the point where they were just literally making their waists a couple inches around. And that was attractive. But now we know there was serious bone structure issues, internal organ issues, so we don't recommend that anymore. But it used to be attractive. The neck rings in Africa are considered an attractive feature. The longer your neck, the more attractive you are. But there's a problem with those too. If you take those rings back off your neck, the muscles are so weak that they can't even support your neck anymore. So I don't recommend doing the neck ring thing either. All these things used to be attractive. And attractiveness is a $160 billion industry. Cosmetics and accessories and clothing and surgeries, hair, salons, nails, parlors, all that. $160 billion industry. So it pays to be attractive. Or you get paid to work on attractiveness? I don't know. Either way, that's a lot of money to be focused on just attractiveness. So, comment below, what do you think is okay? Do you want to be skinny only? Is heftier the new healthy? Or is it okay to not fit into this mold that everybody's trying to make human attractiveness or human body form? Comment below. What do you think? And if you haven't checked it out, go check out the new music video for All About That Bass by Meghan Trainor. Have a good morning.